Jump right into the real stuff. It's about to get real right now, man. This is some basketball advice for all of my hoopers. You must know your game, bro. You guys know that I'm a trainer. You know that I work with kids on a daily basis. So every day before I start the workouts, I ask every kid that I'm working with, what do you want to get better at today? What is something that you feel like you are lacking that you need to improve on? Some of them kind of tell me like some janky shit. Some of them tell me like, oh, I just want to work on my pull-up threes. I want to work on my fadeaways and shit. What? And then I ask them like, all right, so what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths? As a basketball player, you must know your weaknesses and your strengths. Simple as that. If you don't know what your weaknesses and strengths are, you're going to be so confused on the basketball court. It's not even going to be funny because you're not going to even know what your go-to moves are, what you good at. You're not going to know what advantages you have on the court. You're not going to know what's your disadvantages. You're just going to be lost on the court. You're going to be confused. So every time you step on the court, you're just going to be out there playing. You're not going to even know how to get a bucket. You're not going to know when to do this move, when to do that move, because you don't know your game. As a hooper, you have to have something that you're good at. You have to be a specialty player first. You're not going to just come into playing basketball being a LeBron James, being great at every aspect of the game. You're not going to be Michael Jordan, LeBron James. You have to be a specialty player first, if you get what I'm saying. So that means that you have to be good at one thing, and once you start getting confidence and the ability to do that one thing great, then that's when you venture off into other aspects of your game and you try to develop those and evolve those. Do y'all think Steph Curry came into the NBA doing all that fancy dribbling, crossing over shit, double behind the backs? No, he did not. When he first came in the league, people saw Steph Curry as a knockdown shooter, spot up three-point shooter. He was a shooting guard. When Steph was little, all he did was shoot because he was a smaller guard. He wasn't doing all that fancy-ass dribbling shit when he was little. He was good at the fundamentals. That's why he's so good now. But he knew what his game was. He knew that he was a shooter. Once he started perfecting his shot, that allowed him to start developing that handle, developing the confidence to break down defenders like that. So, as a basketball player, you must know what your strengths are. Because if you get in the game and you don't know what you're good at, you're just going to be out there confused because you ain't going to know what to do. And then when you try to do something that you know you're not good at, that's when turnovers start happening. That's when you start holding your head down. That's when you start just doubting yourself. But do what you're good at, bro, at first. Then once you start doing that to the highest level, then that's when you start developing those other skills and trying to venture and explore and do more. But that's why I tell you guys, you have to constantly stay in the gym. You can't be just going to the gym bullshitting, bro. You got to work on your weaknesses before you start doing that shit in the game. You have to work on that shit constantly, bro. It's constant work. Because if you're not good at your left hand and you try to do it in the game, they're going to be taking that shit every time. So if you know you good at your right hand and getting to the bucket at will with your right, yeah, keep doing that shit. But at the same time, you got to be putting in extra work, working on that left hand, getting that left hand better. You know what I'm saying? You can't just always be just a one-dimensional player. You got to constantly be evolving, but that comes with the work. You got to put the work in the gym. So that's just some advice for all of y'all. You got to know your game, know your strengths and weaknesses.